One of the tricks to being a songwriter is figuring out which hat to wear when. Hey, it's Marty with SongTown. Today I'm going to give you a little songwriting hack. There's really three hats you have to wear as a songwriter. I'm wearing my creator hat right now. This guy is wild and crazy. He has very few limits. He thinks outside the box. He really doesn't have many boundaries, and he can kind of get as crazy as he wants. And when I'm wearing my creator hat, I have a whole lot of freedom to do what I want to creatively. The problem with this creator hat is that sometimes, if I'm trying to write commercial music, sometimes this creator guy can lead me outside the boundaries. And if I try to bring in some rules and limitations on him in the writing room, however, it tends to stifle his creativity and kind of shut him down. So one of the tricks to being a songwriter is figuring out which hat to wear when. So I want to kind of lay out for you when I wear the different hats I wear as a songwriter and how they all work together, how they complement each other, but also how they can fight with each other if we're not careful. So when I come into a co-write, I'm wearing, figuratively of course, this creator hat. And I try to come into that co-write with no preconceived notions about what we're going to write necessarily or how it's going to go. I just try to come in with a bunch of ideas as my raw material. And then I start throwing those things out with co-writers, and we start thinking as creatively as we can about how we could take that song, that idea, and what direction we might go with it. We brainstorm all different kinds of ideas. We laugh. We have a lot of fun. It kind of gets crazy sometimes, but we're giving that creator a lot of rope. We're giving them a lot of freedom to create and to do what the creator does best. There's also another hat that I'm going to show you, and this hat I call my editor hat. So my editor hat is the guy who fixes things. He's analytical, he's logical, he dots every I and crosses every T. He checks for the movement of time. He checks the pronouns to make sure we didn't start off talking to someone and now we're talking about them in the song. And so the editor comes in with this sort of, if we're not careful, critical viewpoint of, well, there's something wrong here, there's something wrong here, there's something wrong here. And if you tell the creator that enough, the creator will shut down. So what I do is this. Like I said, I start off writing with that creator hat, and periodically during the co-write, I put on the editor hat. And I let the editor kind of check to make sure that we are, like I said, that we're moving time correctly, that we're using pronouns correctly, that we're not confusing anyone. And I tend to try to do that between sections. So let's say we write a verse and a chorus. I may take off the creator hat, put on my editor hat, and I give it a little checkup really quickly. But unless there's a big glaring issue, I don't let the editor interfere in the co-write. I just let the editor give me a little feedback on where we're going, make sure we're on the right track and we're not getting off the rails too badly. But the editor knows that most of his work is going to be done after the song is over. So put on this editor hat for just a minute, then I put my creator hat back on and let the creator go again. And if there's a few things to fix, the creator fixes them because the editor's not a writer. The editor's not creative. The editor just can point out things that are wrong. So we put the creator hat back on. We keep working until we finish the song. And my editor hat is waiting back here in the distance. It's sort of, I kind of think of the editor as a 3-year-old, and I'm on a phone call as a parent. So I say to my 3-year-old, here's some candy. Go sit over there till I'm finished with my phone call, and then you can come in. So the editor waits patiently. He knows he gets to do a checkup in the middle. When we're done writing, that creator hat comes off. The editor hat comes on. And we look and try to fix everything that's wrong. And learning how to work between those two halves of your brain, I believe, is a crucial skill if you want to be a successful songwriter. If you just want to write for yourself, you can just keep that creator hat on all the time and just do whatever you want. But if you want to write commercially, there's boundaries, there's structure, there's things you have to pay attention to. And that's what the editor's good at. But don't let the editor kill that creator and kill the creative side of what you do by letting him have free reign in a co-write. Every now and then I'm in a co-write and someone has their editor hat on the whole co-write, and it just kills the vibe, it kills the creativity in the room. So it's a key thing to learn is to figure out when to wear that creator hat and when to wear this editor hat. I even have a written out job description of what those different parts of me do and when they can work. And that really helps me to stay focused on wearing the right hat at the right time. And the one last hat that I want to talk to you about is my business hat. My business hat is the guy who has to learn about contracts. He has to learn about how to pitch songs. He has to learn about etiquette. He has to learn how to maximize the potential for my music. And he has to make smart decisions. And one of the things we see a lot of times at SongTown is when we've got somebody that's come in and they've been really creative with that creator hat. They've edited really well and they've got a really great song, but they make a horrible business decision and they give that song away to someone for free, basically, or they give a huge chunk of it away in exchange for almost nothing. So the third hat that any songwriter that's trying to write commercial music needs to wear is this business hat of learn how things work, learn what contracts mean and what terms in the contracts mean, and most of all, learn that when you get a contract, you need to go to a lawyer that knows what they're talking about so they can save you a lot of time, money, and effort with your precious song that you have spent so much time between this creator hat and the editor hat. You don't want to get to the business part of things and really drop the ball. So if you want to become a commercial songwriter, think about those three different hats that you have to wear: your creator, your editor, and your business hat. And spend some time each week working on each of those areas so that you learn how to critique your songs better with the editor hat. And we've got a lot of resources here on SongTown to help you with that. A lot of videos, blogs about that. But learn how to let your creator be creative and free. Learn how to edit. And then don't neglect learning about the business side of things. If you do those three things and learn to wear those three hats well, you're setting yourself up for success. Get those hats going, learn how to use them properly, and write some great songs. Take care.